Your mom comes in and tells you your baby's passed. And I can't imagine at age 13 if you even could fathom what that was and what was going on. I'm sure this was all a blur. But it's as if the next day she just wanted you to go back to life as if it never happened, correct?
She came in and told me to get dressed and ready for school.
The next day?
Yeah. And
you just had, I don't know, an abortion. By anybody's other stretch of the imagination, that's what you just had. So physically, emotionally, what was going on inside of Nikita? What was going on inside of you?
I wanted to hold my baby again because I couldn't hold him very long. And I just wanted to know what happened to him. I wanted him. And I couldn't get up then because I was still really weak. I guess I ended up falling back asleep. And she came home about 10:30 and told me that the social worker was coming to take me to a doctor's office because she told them I was sick and that's why I wasn't at school.
And as you said, at this point in time, because she wasn't going to school much, social services was on top of this, constantly checking on her, why you're not in school. You went and saw 2 doctors this next day, correct?
Well, I got up and I had searched for Joseph, my son, and I couldn't find him anywhere. In the bathroom, in her room, in the kitchen, I couldn't find him anywhere. And I went ahead and got dressed and put the bloody towels up, and I was still losing a lot of blood. And they took me into the doctor, and I was sitting in the waiting room, and I was still hurting so bad they had to go and empty a room so I could go in and lay down. And they requested a pregnancy test, and of course that showed up positive. So they took me from there to the nursing home and told my mom that it has a positive pregnancy test and they were going to have to remove me from her custody. And of course she got mad again. She started crying, and I don't know if she made herself cry or what, but they took me down to a hospital in Little Rock, and they said I'd had a miscarriage, because that's what I told them. And then they took me in to do an ultrasound, and they said it looked strange because my uterus was still expanded enough that I couldn't have just had a miscarriage, but there wasn't any evidence that I'd had a baby. So they just sent me to a foster home and told me to watch the blood flow, and I had passed the blood clot that had tissue in it, so they took me to the hospital and had to do a DNC, and they couldn't get the blood to stop. So I had to stay in the hospital for 2 days.
During all this time, Nikita, you could have said to one of the doctors, my mom, this is what just happened. My mom did this. This is what happened. Why not?
I was scared of my mother.
How did the truth finally come out?
A year later, I was seeing another guy, and we had split up, and that got me sad and depressed. And I started thinking about Joseph because it was 4 days before his birthday, and I wanted him to be there. I wanted to be able to, give him his birthday party and all the things he needed. And when I realized that he wasn't going to come back and I'd never have Joseph again, I attempted suicide by slitting my wrist.
And they found you just in time in the closet.
My mother ended up finding me in the closet, and I don't know if I was so out of it that I didn't recognize her, but when she started to touch me, I jumped and shoved her off of me and told her not to touch me. I didn't recognize her. I didn't know who she was.
They went ahead and you checked yourself into a hospital, right? Or you were put in a hospital?
They took me to a counselor, and he gave me his emergency phone number in case I needed to talk to him again. By the time I got home, I had to talk to him, and it was only about 30, 45 minutes. And he said, well, what do you want to do about this? Do you want to set up another appointment? And I told him I needed more help.
So they put you inside a place, a facility?
Yes.
And you stayed there for how long? 2 months, 3 months?
3 months.
3 months. After coming out of that facility, where did you go?
To my dad's.
To your dad's. Now, this is a man that you've been told hates you, is violent, and how long did it take for you to finally tell someone, especially it was your dad, right? You told the truth to?
Well, I was still in Pinnacle Point when I told the true story.
Mm-hmm.
And, because I told part of it when I attempted suicide,
mm-hmm.
and I went ahead and told everything at Pinnacle Point. My dad, he was either there or it was on a phone conversation with him, because I'd been able to go on visits with him and talk to him every once in a while. So.
And I should say, Nakita's mom was brought up on first-degree murder charges. Went to trial. The first trial ended in a hung jury, and which would be a mistrial. Yet the prosecution is right now retrying the case. So they are going to try her mother again. And again, the first trial is for first-degree murder charges. What do you think should be the charges against your mom? Should it be first-degree murder?
Yes, and if they can't get that, they need to at least try the next step down. Don't just drop down to manslaughter.
It should be second rate. It's a hard one. You've testified once against your mom. You're going to have to do it again. We take a break. We'll come back. Let's talk about what that's going to be like. Take a break. We'll be back, right?